Bolu, let me just bring you back into it. You said one thing that a lot of us should ponder on. Same way we thought against when we were going to play Tunisia, we thought, oh, this squad has been decimated by COVID. And who are those players anyway? I mean, and we saw what happened. If there's any lesson you think we should have learned from that game, what are those lessons?
Well, first off, on our team, I think we should have a backup plan to our wing play. If that's the only option we have again, we may still suffer the same fate because everyone expects Demola Lookman, Dennis Bonaventure, Samuel Chukwueze, Moses Simon. All these guys are brilliant football players from the wings. But what do we have going for that? Why, as much as people can, whatever anyone can say about Eberechi is, I think we need someone like him. If not him, we need that creativity. I don't think we need Etebo now. I'm not sure of his fitness. He's not played since September because of injury. But if Etebo gets back to the Etebo we know, in the game against Ghana, I think it brings up a different option we have in the middle of the park. He can also move. He never gets tired. That's one thing a table can bring. And again, the difference between Wilfred Ndidi, we can replace Ndidi, but we can't replace his calmness. We can't replace his composure. That's why I feel as much as everyone is thinking Frank Onyeka, I won't be surprised if I see Innocent Bonke. He is a natural defensive midfielder, not someone who can play there. So we need to find another option to the wing play. And defensively, there has to be lots of cohesion. Remember, one of the things that cost us was poor passes from defense, they're not lying, not losing the ball. Wilfred, they failing to stop the pass, and boom, the goal. Then the wrong communication. People are giving an excuse for the goalkeeper and the ball bounce. Now he could see the ball clearly. If we can get these things wrong, we are hearing good vibes from the camp, good training, new tactics, new styles, but we need to have another option. I reference our game against Greece at the 2010 World Cup all the time. When we were Keita got sent off. They tried to pass in between the lines. They couldn't. That's Greece. They tried to shoot from distance. It couldn't work. Then they brought on Samaras. They started crossing the ball. That's a team that had different options. So if we try to come from the wings, if it's not working, we need another plan. Do we have the players that can execute it? Yes. Do we have the coaches who have the understanding? Yes. But understanding and implementation are two different things.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I could listen to you on and on, but very interesting perspective Bolo has on that game break. Is it disrespectful for Nigerian fans not to see Ghana beyond what they saw at the Nations Cup? A lot of people feel there's nothing they can do in 2 months that can be better than what they did at the Nations Cup.
Well, I think beyond their performance at the AFCON, as beautiful as Nigeria's performance was, we also got eliminated from the second round. But I think people are looking more like they changed the coach. Some players will not be available. Then many of the players are unknown. And that can be, well, somehow counterproductive because unknown players sometimes can spring up surprise.
Sure.
Over the weekend, I saw Ghana Twitter, and I was reading some posts after Sibe scored a brace that this guy is going to play against us. He will wreck us down. Like Ghana, our defense in trouble. So I think even so many Ghanaian fans are surprised. They are scared. That's why he said he's not making his prediction till tomorrow. But on paper, one take I've had for a while is on paper, man for man, everything live for each other. I think Nigeria have everything it takes. I understand Nigeria's sentiment. I understand the overconfidence of many Nigerians. But again, we still need to think and know that football is what happens on the field of play. Football can be like what happened against Tunisia. Iwobi was brought on to make the difference and almost immediately got sent off. That can change the outcome of any football match. So as much as we are good enough, as much as we think we are the best on the day, we still have to do the assignment. We still have to play. We have to score. Putting the ball in the back of the net is the most important thing. No matter what, you can have 90% possession. If you don't score, it means nothing. Yes, this is 2 legs, home and away. But at least let's see what the outcome of the first leg would be like. Against Sierra Leone in Nigeria, we were leading 4-0, and the game ended 4-4. So we never can tell. We may be better, but we need to show we are better. So I understand Nigerian sentiments, but at the same time, we need to do our assignment against Ghana. Ghana will definitely know, okay, they are home, so they are not counting bridge in Kumasi. They want to at least win that game. They are playing the mind games of the last time they played their double leg like that playoff against Egypt, the best team. They scored 6. They are also playing their mind games. They are doing their assignments. But are we doing ours? That's the most important thing. But again, I'm also part of those that are very confident that we'll beat Ghana.
Ghana team on one side, Nigerian team on one side. Who would you call the heavyweight?
Well, I think Tofi and Mickey would definitely agree with me on this one. It has to be the Super Eagles. Man for man, side by side, position by position, everything. Everyone in the field, I think it has to be
Every yardstick, every
everywhere. I think
parameter.
Nigeria has to be the heavyweight in this one. The only ups or positives they are picking up for Ghana is one. In derby games, they will tell you form is thrown out the window. Sometimes let's look at the Clasico last week, for example. Real Madrid coming in with form, with everything, but they ended up losing 4 at home. So that aside, but on paper, on screen, on field, man for man, you would obviously want to pick the Super Eagles of Nigeria, that they have better players. Okay, I listened to one of the Ghanaian journalists during the course of the game, and he said all the strikers Ghana brought to this game, the top goal scorer is Afenagian with 2 goals. All their goals combined, I think not up to 10 in terms of the strikers they have. Even Cyril Dessers that Nigeria scored has over 10 goals in the league alone. So I think for this game, based on the players we have, Nigeria definitely are the heavyweights. But again, it doesn't guarantee. We shouldn't be complacent to feel it's Ghana, they are not good, they have problems now. If you think about that going into any game, you've already lost. Remember what Austin said about a week or 2 ago, that sometimes you need to win the battle before the game.
Yeah.
With what we have now, I think Nigeria has won the battle before the game. So they have to do the most important one, is to win on the day.
Who would you play in those 2 positions? Wilfred Ndidi's position and goalkeeping position. It's a tough question, I know, but...
For goalkeeping, interestingly, I think our best goalkeeper by performance for club is, for a while, has been Daniel Akpeyi. Well, it feels like whenever he wears the Super Eagles jersey, there's a different level of weight entirely. It looks shaky. It feels like it doesn't have confidence. So from what we see for Super Eagles, I think it's going to be Zoho. Personal opinion, I think Zoho is a better goalkeeper than Okoye. He controls the defense more. I think he has better reflexes. He doesn't run away from crosses. But the coaches know what they see in trade, so they prefer him. But for the replacement, many would say it is Frank Onyeka because he plays in the Premier League. I dragged with some guys this week that I think the only DM now, natural DM, not plays DM, plays is Innocent Bonke. And Innocent, people don't know, played in the Champions League this season for Malmo before switching clubs. So I think it's the best. He will not go anywhere. I think he played his game against Cape Verde or Central African Republic. He doesn't go anywhere. He will just sit down there. And that's what we see they do for Leicester City. Just sit and mash out the ball. If possible, man Mark Partey, who is probably the biggest threat for Nigeria in the midfield. Etebo is more like box-to-box. Same thing for Joe Aribo. Other guys who want to explore. I think Bonke will sit down and mark anything that comes there. But like you said, Egwavon once said he knows his first 11 until the omission and injury. So maybe he has a direct replacement. Innocent Bonke was not meant to be here. For him to bring him out, I guess maybe he wants to bring him directly to replace Wilfred Ndidi. But whoever plays, I still think if it was the Ghana team that used to trouble Nigeria and beat Nigeria then, you could call not just African stars, you could call the world stars. But I don't think it's the same we can say for this Ghana team. Back then, they are the Asamagians, they have Montari, you could talk of SCN, Apia. These are world stars, but it's not the same thing now. It looks more like minus party. The next big star is Afenagian, who is a young boy who just made his debut recently for AS Roma. So no disrespect to them, but I think Nigeria should take this on. Home and away win, I'm not sure. But I think Nigeria, after 180 minutes, the Super Eagles should do it now. But let's remember, Egwavon's last game, the first time he coached Nigeria, he lost 4-1 friendly to Ghana, he got sacked. But the last coach to beat Ghana was still the same as Egwavon. So I think he'll be the one to end the jinx.
All right.
Bolo got it absolutely spot on. I was very impressed by his analysis. He's a very strong defensive midfielder, Innocent Bonke. I've been watching him for some time. He has a lot of Europa League experience. He's also played the Champions League, this season as well. And as he said, he's just there to sit. I mean, if the coach gives him that authority, he's just there to sit and protect the back four. We don't want, if he starts, we don't want to see him getting too experimental. He just needs to let the boys go ahead. And that's why earlier I talked about the midfield. We have a lot of midfielders that are good in transition, with Aribo and Etebo and the other louts as well. And if we play, if we don't play without Bonke, and then it's going to be a bit difficult. Onyeka is a good player as well. Of course, he can also play there as well. The coach also has an option to play one of the defenders in that position as well. But we have to get it right. We have to get the transition right as well. You just have to get it right. We have to. The first 15, 20 minutes is very important. I think we're going to boss the game. I'm going to make my own prediction before you ask me. I'm going to go for I'm going to go for a 2-0 Nigeria win.
Bolo, let me just drop it on you right away. You agree with Tofa, the things he said, particularly with the prediction?
Well, I think I'm forced to agree. Let's sort it out, settle it in Kumasi, then we just come back to Abuja and come and enjoy the game.